Hello and welcome back to a new video. It's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I last did a deck video of some sort. So we have a brand new one today, and I do have another one which I will do. Give it a week or so, because I'm currently preparing for a League Cup on Saturday. So it's going to be interesting. I've still not decided on what to play, but it is what it is. And I have 2 more decks in the making. But for today's deck, we're going on a bit of a rogue deck of Ting EX. I personally have quite liked this play in this deck. It's done quite well. I will give an overall review at the end after I've explained all the cards and what they do. So what does Ting do? Well, Ting has an ability of Cursed Land. As long as this Pokemon is the active spot, any of your opponent's Pokemon that have damage counters in them or on them have no abilities except Pokemon EX. So it's an ability lock, really. As soon as it's in the active, Pokemon like Curlia with the refinement ability, if they have damage counters on you, they cannot use them, which is mainly just to slow your opponent down a lot. As abilities are everywhere. Every deck runs an ability now, pretty much. There's no deck I can't think of that doesn't run Pokemon with abilities in them. So it's a good way, as I said, to just slow your opponent down. And it does have the attack land scoop for 150, which is pretty weak, but you do put 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. And this is pretty good because it bypasses Manaphy because its damage counters are not damage. So yeah, it does 150. As I said, I think it's pretty weak of an attacker, but once you slow your opponent down, you do have that then time to do more damage overall. But we do run 4 copies of Ting. I played this deck probably about for a couple of weeks, and I've only recently stopped playing it just because I do like playing with other decks and stuff like that. But as a 2-off, we do run Coridon EX. There's a little Pokemon Play logo, mainly because of its ability Dino Cry of once during your turn attach up to 2 basic fighting energy from the discard to your basic fighting Pokemon any way you like. It's pretty good early if you can get 2 energies in discard, attach an energy to Ting, and then accelerate these energies. But getting the energies in the discard could be a difficult task, but there is a Pokemon in here which helps us speed it up. It also has the attack Wild Impact, doing 220, can't attack next turn. So having that nice bit of a damage is a little bit helpful alongside Ting. The way we put damage counters on other than Ting attack is Halucha with its ability Flying Entry, allowing me to choose when it comes from my hand to the bench, putting 2 damage counter on 2 of my opponent's Pokemon. That way we start the ability lock, and it's basically just of that purpose there. So I'm going to try and maximize my space. How we get energies and such in the discard is Skulk Ability EX. I do run a little bit of a higher count of 2. With its Skulking Seeds, allowing me to discard my hand on my first turn, drawing a fresh 6. That should be energies, really. Then you can use Coridon to then put the energies on Ting. So having that Skulking Seeds is helpful, and I feel like having 2 is helpful just in case you do prize one, because prizing them is not great. A few one-offs, we run Spiritomb to stop Drapion V, to stop, not Drapion V, it can stop Drapion V, but that's not who we're going against, stopping Genesect V, as well as Luminion V being just a pain. And we also, for a bit of damage modification, we do run Radiant Alakazam with Painful Spoon's ability, allowing me to move up to 2 damage counters from one of my opponent's Pokemon to another one of their Pokemon, which has led me to take 5 prize cards in 1 turn, because just damage moving around, knocking out something else, then promoting something, then knocking that out again. Speaking of Drapion V, we do run in the deck. I feel like it's necessary because it's just good against Mew. Mew's one of the bad matchups for Ting because you're not doing enough damage while they're doing a whole of a lot of damage. So having Drapion V is pretty good. As I said, taking those big 3 prize cards, and now moving on to items. This is going to be a quick video. 4 Ultra Ball, getting those energies in the discard, and searching at Ting Coridon, Skulk Ability, everything above really. So 4 Ultra Balls is nice, get quite consistent with 4 instead of 3. Along with 4, we run 4 Nest Ball, Annoyingly, one of them's a Scarlet Violet one, but that's okay. 4 nest balls, because every Pokemon in here is a basic Pokemon. So we are maximizing the amount we get onto our bench ASAP. Some lists do run Battle VIP Pass, but I personally can't draw into them to save my life, so I don't run Battle VIP unless it's really necessary. To make Ting tankier with its weak damage, we do like to run copies of Bravery Charm, giving our Pokemon extra 50 HP, boosting it from 240 to 290. That's stopping Giratina V-Star from taking a one-hit knockout, as well as a lot of other things, and it's being able to save your life in a lot of games, because having that extra 50 HP might not seem a lot, but trust me, it's made me win games because of how nice it is. A nice little tech card that I like to run is Gusting Pickaxe. I do run literally all 3 of the holo types, well, the non-holo, but allowing me to reveal the top card of my deck. If it's a fighting energy card, attach it to a basic, attach it to a bench Pokemon. If it's not, put it into my hand. It's like Trekking Shoes, but if it's an energy, put it straight onto your Pokemon, which is good for speeding up those energy placements and everything. And we do run quite a lot of energies, which I will show. Another tech card kind of is Trekking Shoes, being able to look at your top card of your deck. If it's a card that you don't want, you put it into this card. That's preferably energies and such. Whereas if you want it, you can just put it straight in your hand. It's a good digging source. I would personally like to run higher count, but I don't have room in this deck. With Tinglu's 4 retreat cost, we will need switches, which is escape ropes. We do run 3 of them, just to be able to just switch out, because as I said, it's got 4 retreat costs, which is massive. Another little switch is we just run Switch Cart because it's a basic, and we get to take advantage of that and heal 30 damage from our Pokemon. Another one-off is XP share, because when you knock out a Tinglu, if you Dino Cry, it finishes your turn, so you want to have an XP share to have that little energy going on to there, which can help. I feel like if you want to run 1, you should really run more. I haven't played the deck in about a week and a bit. I've just been focusing on a new deck which I've been making, and I thought it'd be bad, but it actually got me 3rd. It's just a really random one, a random load of decks everywhere. But I will say, as a little plug, I did pick up the Pidgeot EXs, the full art and the illustration rare for that quick search ability, which is going to be very cool for upcoming decks. Another one-off is we have Suinhero, being able to search out basic Pokemon, put it into our hand. That's Tinglu. That's basically everything in here, except for some matchups you wouldn't really need that or that. You would need pretty much all of that though. Another one-off to help is Palpad, being able to put 2 supporter cards back from the discard into the deck, which is helpful. On to stadiums, and we only run 1 stadium in this deck, 1 type of stadium, and that's Gapejewel Bog. For when each player puts a basic Pokemon from the hand to the bench, put 2 damage counters on it. That works well with Tinglu's ability, because it's got damage counters on it, it can't use abilities. It's just a very long combo-esque type thing, which you just need to pull off ASAP. On to supporters, we run 4 Professor's Research, just being able to discard our hand. If you go second, you could play Research, then Squawk ability. So you're digging into your deck for a lot of resources, but that's how you get the 2 energies in the discard for the Dino Cry. That's basically the step you want to do if you want to just do well. Another one-off is we have Iona. Simple disruption card, can be helpful, and you can recycle it, as I said, with Palpad. As in every deck, we like to run 2 Boss's Orders, which I've explained many times, but if you're new here, it'll be able to switch out one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to their active Pokemon. If you would like to copy this deck, you're more than welcome to. I think I copied this deck off someone, or made it a few tech cards for my own play, since every player is kind of different. More supporters I'm going to run out of room here is to Judge for more hand disruption and such. See if I can fit it over here. To Judge. A card that I do like is Penny. 1 penny to be able to pick up a basic Pokemon or attach cards in your hand. That is mainly Squawk ability, because it's a liability, it's a 2-prizer. You don't want to have that. Or an injured Tinglu or Koraidon, being able to pick it up, heal all the damage counters, and then you can just pop it back down again. We'll put that Penny there. On to the last 2 energies, we run a hell of a lot of energies. I can't remember how much it is, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 energies. Being able to hit that consistency on the Ultra Ball and the Squawk ability, Squawk and Seize. 12 energy. It's got a free attack cost, so you could power up 4 in an ideal world, but chances are you're going to prize something you need. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you like this short video. It is about 10 minutes long, but this is just a quick overview of this deck. Pros and cons, I would say, is the ability lock is just really good for slowing down your opponent. A con is that it's just weak in terms of attack. Doing 150 is not enough against big Pokemon, and it can brick and be slow. And as I said, with the experience share, if you fall behind in energies, it can take you a turn to replenish those energies back onto your board, which is not the best. But then every deck has their flaws, and that's one of them. So thank you all for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe if you want to, if you like these deck building videos, and let me know if you want me to do more of them. And have a great rest of your day.